Hey guys, it's your girl Valentina, nicknamed the African Dominican, and I am at the Malecon in Santo Domingo outside Lungomare, and I'm meeting up with a fellow content creator. Some of you know her, some of you may not know her, so stay tuned guys, alright? Beautiful day in Santo Domingo, so beautiful. Just look at that, I'm by the Malecon, alright? So let me go out inside and meet up with this wonderful content creator. Some of you know her, and some of you may not know her. Let me go. How did you beautiful people meet? Okay, you know what? I know the story. I'll tell it quickly. So she went to America to work in Alabama. He was the manager. Long story short, they ended up hooking up together and it became a couple. Is that about right? If you want to know the full story, go to Nobody's channel, okay? So for those of you who say American and Dominican marriages don't work, this one right here is working just fine, all right? so look at them as your inspiration. A lot of Americans come here looking for women, right? Some of them want to marry them, some of them want to do their own thing. What advice would you give to a man who's looking for a wife in Dominican Republic?
I would just say, take your time, just like you do anywhere. You take your time, you vet the person. I mean, everyone, don't be blinded by the beauty. And just, kind of like, just feel the person out. Feel the person out. Because just like anywhere else, man, there's women out here that's out there that's looking to get what they can get out of you. That's just not in Dominican Republic, it's in America. They just got a different way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? The finesse is just different. So, and also, make sure, yourself is together. You know what I'm saying? As a guy, as a man, make sure that you're together. Don't come here and, with your American ways and things like that. They don't respond. I mean, especially the type of women you may want, they don't respond to the type of things that maybe American women will respond to. Now you do have some that look for that type of man, but just be on your grown man shit. Pretty much, yeah.
That's a good point. I often hear passport bros saying that I met this Dominican woman, took her from the barrio, the hood, right? Took her from the hood, put her in a nice home, and she still like went back to her old home. She didn't appreciate all this fancy stuff that I did for her. Have you ever heard anything like that where they think women don't appreciate the fine things in life and they just want to go back to the hood?
I mean, I've heard people say that, but I've seen women in the States like that. I mean, you can take the person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. You know what I'm saying? So, you got people who, you got rappers.
That's so funny.
Well, you got rappers that make all this money, and the first thing they do is they go back to the hood. And they sit in the hood, so they make it seem like it's just so different. Different cultures do it a different way. So you get all this money, you go back and you hanging out in the hood, shoot dice. I mean, why? So so a woman that you put in these situations, and then they go back, and you are like you surprised. Well, I see black people do it all the time. And not only that, man, what people got to understand is that these guys act like they putting them in mansions or something. You moving them around the corner. You moving them around the corner. You're not putting them in nothing like, wow. You just taking them out of the house where they stand with all their family members to stand in a house that's 3 blocks away. I mean, I don't get that.
Right. Yeah. So, how does a black American man or a foreign man keep a Dominican woman? Because a lot of, like we just talked about how they end up going to their hood, they leave them with their fancy lives and they go back to their people, their culture and stuff like that. So what advice would you give these men who come here for women? Like, how do you keep a Dominican woman?
I think that is a very tricky question about how to keep a Dominican woman. I think that most of the thing you need to first is start with finding the person that is right for you. And it is going to be with you because you like each other. It doesn't matter if you like the person, if you are the person with the person, it doesn't matter pretty much where you are. I mean, where you are, if you together, you're going to stay, you're going to make it happen whenever you want to move up together. But if you just, I don't even know how to explain it very well. But I see in many cases, I see a lot of guys making the same comment. And
I guess what was he trying to say is that the person this person needs to match who you are. You know, you got guys that, you know, for some reason they got this twisted fantasy that, you know, just the women over here, they're just so they're so bored, they're just so, you know, destitute that, you know, they'll take anything. And that ain't true. You know what I'm saying? It's not true. You know, you need to make sure that if you 300 pounds, just because you got a little money, and she's a Kim Kardashian type model, if you think she's gonna stay with you just because you got some money, then you know she'll stay with you until she get all your money, and then she's out the door. Get somebody that matches with your personality, matches with who you are. I mean, you got to be real with yourself. You look at yourself every day in the mirror. You know who you qualify for. You know, even me, I know who I qualify for. You know what I'm saying? I can't go
and then you mean looks, wallet, everything.
Everything.
Right.
You know what you qualify for. And then so what you need to do is you need to go seek out those people you qualify for. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, just like the bank, you have to tell them, you got to show them all your pay stubs, and they can tell you, hey man, you don't qualify for no $500,000 hours. So, you know, you got to put everything on the table and say, hey, what type of woman do I qualify for? And that's the woman you need to go after. Most people, men going after women, they don't even qualify for, man.
they don't accept that. No,
And
they don't
they-
accept that. And it's like for example, I'm not saying that if you're coming over here to look for a female, you have to change who you are or the way to do things. But if you are coming to another country, you have to at least see how see what is how they're men that you usually are out, how they do this, how they look. Not that you have to change the look, but here. Like for example, for an example, not because I wanna be purgatory or nothing. It's not the things that you have to do and that you have to check yourself. Like when you come over here, you see how the Dominicans, they only cut their hair, they always, I don't know, many
Clean
people
cut.
clean cut.
Right.
Many times you say, how they can stay with these, with the shirts and stuff like that, dressing like this and they high so. But you see how they always are. And obviously, that is what Dominican women like. Because it's our culture, that's what we are used to see and look. But then you come in over here,
Looking
you
like
see
a rapper.
sometimes how they feel, how they dress, how they look, and they, if the women doesn't like you, probably you need to change something.
Right.
I say, what is it that they like? No, but they wanna come, and they come looking exactly how they
Looking like a rapper.
like they look over there, and then the thing
They adjust themselves.
And it's okay if you look like a rapper if you are a rapper.
And then they say, oh, they just like Dominican make. No, they like how the Dominican probably make women look. They probably don't like what they do or how they are. You expect like they always have a woman on the side or whatever. Well, they like how the Dominican men look.
Does culture help a lot? Does an American have to learn about the culture, the music, the language to be able to have a better experience with the Dominican women? You
I
think?
think so. I think you should.
I just think they both need to do both parts.
I think I think even when immigrants come over to America, man, to enjoy the experience of America, you have to assimilate. You need to learn the culture. If not, then you're not going to have the best experience. So it goes the same way, both sides. You come over here in order to have a better experience, not even just with a woman, just period. Even if you by yourself. You know, if you don't like chocolate, you don't drink Presidente, you don't drink Bugal.
I mean, what are you going to enjoy together? I mean, what are you going to do together? You can even talk the same language. You can enjoy the music. You can dance. You can what else you going to be doing? How you both going to enjoy something?
You don't like to be around people. You don't like to go out. You don't like family. I don't know how you can't even come over here like that. Because that's what Dominican is about. They're about family, community, partying, getting together.
You guys, I think you are a very inspiring couple. What you guys are looking at, you're looking at a Black American man with a Dominican woman, their daughter right here, and they're making it work. So you listen to their advice and what they say here. If you want to find yourself a beautiful Dominican woman or a nice Black American man. And I like that you guys are a tag team. So he is hire manager. I have to go through him to get an interview.
And I wasn't even supposed to be in this interview. I ain't even camera ready, man. I just, you know.
He's not camera ready, really? That's not camera ready?
No, he wasn't ready.
Oh my, how does he look like when he's camera ready?
He makes sure he's clean, all this stuff. He always like to be
For the
fresh.
suit and tie.
No, suit and tie. But he always like to be fresh.
Be fresh.
With the haircut.
So no wonder, I feel like, no wonder they make it work. You know, Dominicans are very clean, I would say, right? They get their eyebrows down, their nails, they groom themselves really, really well. So if you're gonna come and get with a Dominican woman, you gotta do the program, right? Groom yourself.
Even saying that, man, you know, they make you feel like getting your eyebrows done in the States and it gets feminine. But when I come over here, all Dominicans, and I ain't saying they arch them or anything like that, but they trim them. They trim them. I don't get them arched, but they always trim and make sure your eyebrows are good and everything, man. So yeah.
You guys, you heard it from them. So let me ask you guys, okay, he's American, you're Dominican. He doesn't speak Spanish, you speak Spanish. I know when you first met, none of you spoke each other's languages, but they spoke the language of love, and that's how they managed to make it work. So how is that like being married to a Dominican, first of all, with the cultures? Do you feel a normal adjustment? You feel like you're still learning?
No, not really, because by her coming to the United States first, it wasn't like I was just dropped off in the culture of the Dominican Republic. So by her being over there, I kind of understood her culture. By her being in the States, and then by us traveling back and forth. I mean, like I said, we've been together for about 12, 13, 14 years. So I've been traveling back and forth over here for all that time. So I understood the culture, I understood the people. And so when we came over here to live, the adjustment was really easy. It wasn't like that, you know, I met her and a year later we came over here and moved. It probably would have been tough, but to me, I just kind of slid right on into the culture.
Right. And her family accepted you right away, or you had to work your way in there?
No, I mean, who wouldn't accept me?
I know, right? I mean, like, come on. He's like Dominican 2.0.
Right.
And you have to mention that the first time that he came over here, it was without me. He came and made my family because I was in the process to getting my paperwork ready. I didn't travel, so he came first and made my family without me.
Oh, you came to ask for a hand in marriage kind of thing.
Actually, I was over here working.
Oh, you were working.
I was recruiting people from the island to work in Alabama. So when I came over here, she told me about her family, and they met me, matter of fact, right up the street here at Hotel Awagua. And we went over to this Adrian Tropical right here on the Malecon and had lunch.
Okay. So, you know what I often hear? That Dominican women only like their Dominican men. And that you guys never marry outside and it's never real. What you guys say about that?
Oh my God, that is something that you usually hear. But I don't think that's true. Of course, I mean, what culture, like, you will see more marriages in their own culture than the outside culture. That is just normal and regular. But I also see a lot of couples, a lot of mixed couples, I mean, cultural couples. Multicultural, yeah, with Dominicans. I see Dominican married with white men, I mean, with white meaning European or other culture. I see it with black men, Nigerian people, from different Puerto Rican, Puerto Rican is another Hispanic, but either Hispanic, other cultures. And I see them married with other cultures. Yeah, I don't.
So it's not true when people say that Dominicans are nationalists, they only like their own kind and they'll never accept you if you're not from their culture. So that's not true. I hear that a lot.
No, at all.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's not true. It's not 100% true. You know, that's what it is. It's not 100% true that Dominicans only choose Dominican men. I mean, like she said, other culture, most people, I mean, if you want to just talk black culture, most black men marry within their culture. I mean, that's just a fact. Whites too, the same thing. So I don't know why it's everything that happens with Dominicans, it seems like they sensationalize it as if nobody else does that. You know, I mean, I know black men that only want to marry black women. You know, but nobody says anything about that. But if it's a Dominican, then they just kind of like sensationalize.
How is it like being married to an American man?
To me, it's very, like all marriages.
He's not listening, by the way.
No, he's not listening. I mean, like, I'm not gonna sit over here and say, oh, everything is perfect, because I think that any pleasure, even when you kiss, when you move with your father, with your husband, everything is perfect. But it's to me, it's very good.
What's the biggest challenge of being married to somebody from another culture?
I think it's the cultural difference sometimes.
Like what for Black Americans? Like what's the cultural difference that you see the most between your culture and his culture?
I would say this is probably from the beginning. Now, no, because we have been so long together for so long. That now I don't see any difference. I mean, he loved the music that I like, the music from here. Sometimes he listens to more bachata than I do. And before I used to listen to the music in America, let's say like rap music, things like that. I would say at the beginning was kind of difficult, probably with the food, the cooking, but other than that, nothing else.
Okay.
But right now he rice. Well, I don't do rice too much of his diet, but I cook very often Dominican food. Everything is just like mixed together.
So you guys are in a typical traditional Dominican American marriage where you do a lot of the cooking, or how do you guys have a traditional marriage?
We do have a traditional marriage, but he also cooks. He likes to cook. He cooks a lot.
But he's of course the head of the house.
Of course.
Of course, yeah. And then you are his helpmate basically. That's how you guys make it work, by staying in your roles. You say?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. And for you, how is it like being married to a Dominican woman?
I don't really see it. I don't want to say it's no different, because there is a difference, cultural, but I don't want to downplay, black marriages and black women, because that's just not me. You know what I'm saying? Those are my people. I'm a black man. My mom's black. My sisters are black, but there is a difference in the culture in being married to a Dominican woman versus being with an American woman. I don't want to really get into those differences, because people just try to pick it apart, and then you have everybody in your comments, saying such and such. But only thing I can say, try it out, see what you think.
Right. And then raising a child from a multicultural background, you just find a middle ground and you make it work.
I mean, yeah, I don't see. I will let you think about, because I really don't see
Any difference in
I
culture,
don't see
right?
any difference.
And culture with raising her?
Yeah.
I don't see any difference.
Right. I think both of you are Christians. Is that safe to say you're both Christians?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that helps, because you're both on the same sort of train kind of thing.
Right.
I would say so, yeah.
From a biblical, I think you're Catholic.
Yeah, I'm Catholic. That's what
I was more Southern Baptist, raised Southern Baptist.
Right. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. We're about to eat. Okay, so he's like, girl, you gotta hurry up with this. So thank you so much for your advice. So please tell our viewers, where can they find you?
They can find me on YouTube under Betty R. I think that's the best way, and then from the channel you will see other things that I offer. That also, if you want to contact me other ways, then you can email me. Then my email also is there.
Thank you, appreciate it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this interview with Noberis and James. Please take a chance and go to Noberis' channel and subscribe to her and show her some love, because her and her husband were really, really wonderful. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.